So good evening everyone. So this is Kalyan. So you must have read this NCERTs. The core idea of NCERTs is to what? To imbibe the understanding of where you come from, what is democracy, and how all these things will help you. So I'm not going to read line by line. Obviously it's a waste of time for you and me, but we'll try to understand what are the major themes that can be picked up from democracy. Yes. So before this question, recently Prime Minister of India has said India is the mother of democracy. Have you heard that statement? Are you aware of that? No? So whenever somebody says mother of democracy or democracy, right? Normally we understand that democracy is a Western concept.
Sir, in US meeting.
In US meeting. Not where, why? Okay. Normally people assume that democracy is all about Western countries. It comes from West. The idea is West. If you look at the world, there is West, there is East. Okay. There has been a split after Second World War and all these things. West countries, that is USA, UK, these countries wanted to promote what? Democracy. Whereas Russia, China and all these countries promoted communism. Okay, communism. So the spread of democracy is the Western idea, whereas having our own thought process is communism. Okay, so there was a clash between Russia and West. Okay, this is also the source of Cold War. Okay, you must have heard something called as Cold War. So in Cold War, this is the major problem. So democracy in simple understanding is an idea in application. An idea in application. That is why we call all these things as ideologies. Ideologies. Okay, we also heard here the term called as ism, patriotism, communalism. Yes or no? Ism you must have heard. What is ism? IAS. Ism means more in number. Okay, patriotism, that means promoting the idea of nation in you. So more nation should, nationalism. Yes or no? Any ism means increase. Okay, any ideology. Ism means what? Ideology, right? Okay, ization is increase. So ism is an ideology. What do you believe in? Ideology of group of people is ism, right? So democracy is an ideology in a way that we believe that power should be distributed. So that is a basic understanding. I hope all of you are clear so far. So democracy. So coming back to the original question. So the idea of democracy comes from West. Okay. But in ancient India, we had Sanghas, Janapadas, Mahajanapadas. Okay. And we also have certain concept called as democratic king. Okay, probably nowhere in the world there was a concept called as democratic king. That means a king was elected by the people. King ante what is the meaning of king? King means monarchy, who is ascribed, right? Is by birth. Okay, that is called as ascribed. Okay, ascribed means what? Given to you. You are a son of a king. Okay, what are you? Prince. By default they assume you are the next king. This is called as ascribed status. But in India we have a democratically elected king system. Some areas, not everywhere. Okay, that means people will choose who their king will be. So that is the uniqueness of India. Apart from this, there is also a principle called as there is an inscription, Uttaramur inscription. It's in Tamil Nadu. It's a town or village called as Uttaramur. Okay, inscription. In that the panchayat, the local area came together and decided what should be the power of the panchayat or the kingdom. What should be the things that have to be done by the kingdom. So India is not new to democracy. We may not have continued the democracy from Janapada times to 2022 continuously or 1947 continuously. We had kings, monarchies, democracy, so on and so forth. But India is always familiar with the idea of democracy. This is what I am trying to imbibe in you. Okay, democratics. These are called as democratic ethos. Okay. Why should you know all these things? Because what is in NCERT you will anyhow know. Apart from this, we are also the land of, you know, democracy in principles. Okay, Uttaramur inscription is one such inscription. We have Sanghas, Janapadas. Then we can even go to the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. Have you heard about Shanti Parva? In Mahabharata. Mahabharata is divided into chapters. One of the chapter is called as Shanti Parva. Parva means chapter, right? In that, the dying Bhishma teaches lot of lessons to Yudhishthir, that is Dharmaraja. Okay, one of the core principles is how a king should behave. Okay, India has always believed that the welfare of the people is the primary duty of the king. Welfare of the king is the primary duty of the king. Okay, people. Next, you must have heard about something called as Ardhashastra. Anyone who knows Ardhashastra? Ardhashastra is what? Artha, Shastra. Shastra means science or knowledge. Okay, Artha means money normally. So it's a book of economics. This is written by none other than Kautilya, also known as Chanakya, the Chandragupta, Maurya, Chanakya, you know, right? Vishnugupta, yes. So Kautilya or Chanakya is a famous person who wrote this book called as Arthashastra. In that there is a beautiful line which says, in the happiness of the people lies the happiness of the king. In the happiness of the people lies the happiness of the king. This is what is mentioned in what? Arthashastra. You get my point? So why am I telling you all these things? If somebody says India is a mother of democracy, okay, it is not something of an alien concept that came to India. India is always having this idea of democracy. Okay. Now, is it clear? Democracy? Yes. Okay. Is India a great democracy? Apart from India, think of 5 democratic countries. Canada. Okay. USA. China. No? China is not a democracy. China is a communist country, yeah? Okay. Okay, then? France. USA.
USA, Canada, France, and UK also.
USA is oldest. India is largest democracy. So Prime Minister also calls it as mother of democracy. The beautiful part here is you need to understand democracy is more about ethos. Ethos ante? Ethos means values. Ethos is all about values. Oh, okay, what are the values? If you look at this particular NCERT, right? This is a recurring theme. Don't worry about the NCERT, but think about it. Have you heard about a country called as Niger? Niger. Niger is in Africa. Anything special about that country right now? Lithium battery. See, right now, if you go to newspapers and if you search these some African countries name like Sudan, Niger and all these things, they are having military coup. Okay, it's not coup, it's called as military coup. Coup means somebody elected somebody, you are overthrowing that somebody. Okay, that is called as military coup. Right? Why this? Because you don't have the time to read the entire democracy and all these things. But normally there is a democracy for democracy's sake and there is actual democracy. Democracy for the sake of democracy means a group of military leaders will come. They will ask people to vote because you don't have a choice, or what we call as a TINA factor. What is TINA factor? There is no alternative. TINA is an acronym of there is no alternative. Because there is no alternative, you will anyhow elect me. Let's say I am a dictator, you are a dictator. We are the only two competitors. I win or you win. Ultimately, who will win? Dictator will win, not the democracy. So just going to election booth for every 5 years and casting your vote is not democracy. Democracy is much more than that. That is why I use the term ethos. Democracy is what? Ethos, values. Democracy is not symbolism. Is there a political party? Yes. Are you voting? Yes. 5 years everyone government is changing. Yes. All these things are not what? Democracy. Okay. So the thing here is we need to understand after 1970 or in 1940s, right? Even today, democratically elected governments are very strong. How do I know that? Think about India. What are the countries that surround India?
Pakistan, Sri Lanka,
Hmm.
Myanmar,
Hmm.
Bhutan,
Bhutan. Okay.
Nepal.
Nepal. Out of these countries, how many countries do you think still have the same constitution? How many of them are democracy even today?
Only India, like India,
Hmm.
Bhutan.
Hmm.
Like Bhutan is also under Hindu.
Bhutan actually came from kingdom to democracy recently. Okay. Or they have their kingdom and all those things. But the concept here is India is that unique example where we follow democracy in letter and spirit. I will come to the issues part, don't worry about that, but understand India is following democracy in letter and spirit. We take Pakistan, within 1 year of creation of Pakistan, they have overthrown the democratically elected government. Right now Imran Khan government is in turmoil. You understand, right? Myanmar has so many military coups. Okay, Bangladesh had some issues. Right now Bangladesh is doing well. Sri Lanka had its own issues. They had to change the constitution so many times. So just having a constitution, elections, leaders doesn't mean a good democracy. Democracy is much more than that particular thought process. So as a student of UPSC, what you should do is whenever you look at something in the newspaper, you should come back and apply it. Sri Lanka is collapsing. If Sri Lanka is collapsing, it is not a good democracy. India is strong. That means India is a good democracy. Don't we have issues in India? We have more number of issues in India. But still, is India a strong country? Yes or no? Yes, India is a strong country. The best way to learn NCERTs is looking at the questions at the end of the chapter. Okay. So, here one major concept is this: democracy is a form of government that allows people to choose their own rulers. This I told you hundreds of times, like in our own discussion, right? It's at the end of the day, king versus democracy. We have covered this point yesterday only. Now the real application of NCERT is it true that we are electing our leaders? See, I have to make you think now. I don't have to repeat what is in the book. I have to make you think. Think about it. If elections happen in India, it's a discussion between whom? Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. Yes or no? I mean, think about it. Don't we talk in that sense? Yes or no? How many MPs are there in the parliament? Okay, let's not be technical. 500 plus MPs are there. 500 plus MPs. Among them, one of the MP is Prime Minister Modi, right? And the other one is Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Both of them are also MPs. Leader of their respective parties will become the Prime Minister. But whenever we talk about elections, okay, we talk as if there is only two people in the country. That is Prime Minister Modi and the opposition leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Are we actually a democracy or not? Yes or no? Are we choosing our leaders? See, unless you belong to Varanasi, Prime Minister Modi is not actually representing your area. Na? Your area is being represented by your MP. Yes? Do you know who your MP is? Do you know who your MLA is? And you are getting my point, right? Okay, you should know who your MP is, who your MLA is. Does he have a say in the building of the nation? For example, you belong to an area where there are a lot of dengue, malaria, water is not there, water logging is happening, but you are not getting the infrastructure. Can you ask your MP to improve the infrastructure? Will he listen to you?
That is not the and can't everyone
That may or may not happen. So what I'm adding to this NCERT is democracy is a form of government that allows people to choose their own leaders, but also at the same time I should have a right to ask my leader to solve my problems. My problems can be from my village, okay, my town, my city, my state, then my nation. Yes or no? There are layers. It can start from village all the way till nations. So what is the lesson we have to update from NCERTs? It is not only about electing leaders, it should also be about the electing the correct leaders who are what? Sensitive to the problems of the people. Okay, this is what makes you an aware citizen. This is what makes you a good UPSC aspirant. Blindly reading NCERT is not the case. You have to update your knowledge. Second thing, do you know if there is a complaint against your MLA or MP? There is a concept called as criminalization. Okay, just roughly, if you don't know, what percentage of parliamentarians might be criminals or having criminal cases?
25% to 33%.
Just a guess. You don't need to know. You are a beginner. You are not supposed to know all these things. I am telling you, criminalization, you understand na? Criminals are going to parliament. They are getting elected as MPs and MLAs. So MLAs means legislature, MPs means parliament. So what percentage do you think are criminals? So it's around 43%. So let's say 40% of our MPs are criminals. Just imagine. See, they may not be genuine cases, but 40% is not a small number, no? So now if somebody shows this line in the NCERT and asks you, what will you say? Yes, we have a right to elect our leader, but that leader should also be sensitive to the problems. That leader should be honest. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes? I hope you understand, na? This is value addition. This is how you think. If you see newspaper articles carefully, you will find all such data. Every day you will find some MLA is being arrested, some MP is being arrested, ED rights, CB rights. Okay, all these things are happening only because there are criminals. Okay, now we will add one more leader. One more dimension. What is the dimension? Let's say, who should be this leader? Should this leader be from a different gender? Should more women be in the parliament? Yes or no? Should they be from minorities? Do you remember majority minority example yesterday? So this was the diagram, right? This is minority, this is majority. Can a person from minority should be elected as a leader to everyone? A particular area or anyone? Yes or no? Yes. What will happen because of that? This section will also be represented. They will be represented and they will be sensitive to the problems of minorities. Anyhow, majority are powerful, they will get the things done. So both minority and majority will also be happy. Now, did you update your thought process about leader? So a good leader should be who? Who is sensitive to the problem, who is clean, who is not corrupt. Okay, he or she can be from any gender. Even transgenders can be MPs. Yes or no? There are three genders now after Supreme Court judgment: men, women, and transgender. Can an MP be from transgender? Yes. Women? Yes. From minorities? Yes. Tribal groups? Yes. Religious groups? Yes. So anyone, but all of them should work for what? Welfare of the people. Okay, this is how you update your NCERTs. Are you getting the thought process? So don't just stay with NCERTs, apply it to the thought process. This we will discuss later because there is a lot of change, there is a lot of quality issues and all those things. Okay, now why should we expand democracy? Why democracy is considered as a very good form of government? We will take a case study. China versus India. China versus India. This is a case study I want to take. We will take a dedicated page. No? Why? Okay, China versus India. Think about it. Okay, think about it. Is China a democracy? China is a communist country. India is a democracy. Which country is richer? China is richer. How do you know? Okay, for example, for a beginner class, I will take $1 trillion economy. India is a $3.5 trillion economy. Okay, per capita income, that means average income of a person. Per capita income of Chinese person is more rather than in India. India's per capita income is less in comparison to China. Okay, do we have bullet trains? We don't have bullet trains. We have a plan. Does China have bullet trains? Yes? Yes or no? We have bullet trains. Is China doing well in removal of poverty? Yes, India is also doing well in the removal of poverty. Now, even if you don't have democracy, China is still doing well. So why should I follow democracy? Commonly there is a criticism that because India have a democracy we are slow, because China have a communism they can progress. Okay, isn't foreign companies going to China? Yes or no? For example, FDI, foreign direct investment, money is coming to China. More money is coming to China than India. India is getting money, but China is getting around $300 billion per annum. India is getting $80 billion of economy. You get my thought process, right? So why should we have a basic framework called as democracy? What makes our country so special?
Freedom of speech.
Everyone have a freedom of speech. Okay.
And equal rights.
And equal rights.
Quality of life of people is better than.
Quality of life of people is better than. Who told you that?
Their working conditions are.
Their working conditions are different from quality of life, no? In India, don't we have bad working conditions?
Fixed working hours.
Okay.
India we will ask our MPs and MLAs to clear out reduce our problems, but in their they will punish their.
In India, if you ask, are our problems being solved?
But in some places it will be solved.
In some places it will be solved. At least it is sensitive. Okay, good. Then
In India there are more social skills.
in India there are more social skills. Social welfare schemes. Okay. That's your argument, I understand. See, you are beginners. I am not testing your knowledge. Please don't be confused with my questions as your test of knowledge. We are here to learn, not to test. Okay. The basic concept here is we are a pluralistic society. We are what? A pluralistic society. We have poverty. Some states or some districts in India are much worse than Africa. Let us be very honest. Indian some districts, like say for example some places in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, or Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, there are some villages which are very bad. Okay, we need to develop those states also. Okay, we have what? Democracy. Democracy encourages rights and inclusion. Democracy encourages rights and inclusion. This is the single biggest thing that you will observe that is there in India. Okay, 1.4 billion population. We recently surpassed China. We are the we are the largest population country in the world. Yes, and in spite of this, we are trying to do justice to each and every person. I know there are challenges, but you have rights. Simple examples. For example, India government needs land to construct a factory. Can it go to some rural village and grab that land? I want to do some mining. Okay, can I grab that land? No. we have gram sabhas, we have panchayats, we have laws, land acquisition, rehabilitation, resettlement. There are so many processes. There is a due process, there is rule of law. Okay, India, we give weight to whom? The citizen. Okay, I'm not saying China blindly will capture the land, but there is a very good chance if Chinese government decides to occupy the land, it will take that land without lot of repercussions. I mean, I'm making it very simple, but you understand the concept now. China, if you are protesting against, let's say, farmers bill, okay, it can send army or it can do whatever it wants to and squash the entire protest. In India, when farmers bill was happening, okay, government did not do any of those things. Why? They can go to court, they can go and demand, but killing people who are innocently protesting or protesting peacefully is not a crime in India. They might cause headache to the state, but farmers bill has a lot of agitation. For 70 days, 3 months or almost 1 year they protested, right? Okay, did government do any stupid activity? No. Did it kill anyone unwillingly? No. In China, this could have been done in a very, very different fashion if China wants to. You get my point? Yes. And in China,
some social activists or political activists.
Political activists are arrested.
And one of recently.
See, again, I will tell you two things. That there is a beautiful line which says, you have to entertain an idea without accepting it. What is that line? You have to entertain an idea without accepting it. Standing here, honestly, I cannot say India is much, much better than China. Okay, for namesake, they are communist country, but they are as good as a democratic country for market. Okay, India is for namesake, it is a very democratic country, but it has violated rights of good number of people. Just recently, 3 or 4 days ago, somebody in Tamil Nadu criticized Chief Justice of India. He was thrown in the jail. Okay, what kind of democracy do we have? But in comparison to China, we are better, but we are not the best. Okay, we still are a country in progress. India is a young country. We are only 75 years old. Okay, America is around 240 years old. So in comparison to that, India is a young democracy. We are learning from our mistakes. Aren't we better than Indira Gandhi's emergency time? Definitely, yes. But are we the best? No. That distinction should always be there in your mind. So coming back to your NCERTs, what is the thought process? The thought process is democracy is best among all other forms of government. Democracy makes sure that everybody's rights are there, everybody is included. These are the major thought process that you have to develop. Okay, shall we go back to that NCERT?
Now that you have mentioned due process and rule of law, like in recent films also they asked us, what is like small difference?
See, again, it becomes a little bit technical. After the class, we will discuss. Okay, don't worry. Right. So, what is the major summary? The major summary of this lesson is, or this particular thought process is, democracy is beautiful. India always had democracy. There are lessons to be learned from the democracy, and democracy is availably the best form of government. But no country is perfect. Every country will make mistakes. Every country has to improve in the democratic process. Is India a good country? Definitely yes. Does it have problems? Yes. Can we become better? Yes. So that should be our thought process. Okay. If you didn't understand anything, this is the time to ask question. You understood everything? At least what I told you. Okay. Yes. Now, why do dictators prefer to throw people in the jail rather than talk to them and solve the problems? Did you ever think like that? You have a lot of power. You are a dictator in Africa. Let's say there is 10 lakh population in the country. Okay, you have a lot of money, but if not everybody have money. Why can't you work for people? Why is working for people so hard? Think and tell me.
Is dominant if the well people are then they will be
Then there will be progress, development, welfare.
he no longer possess governments or all.
He no longer process. They will worship you, no, if you do welfare. Why is Prime Minister Modi so popular in the country today? Think about it. You tell me. You are from a different generation than my generation, right? There is a generational gap between thinking of you and me. You people tell me, why do you think there is a huge gap between, why Prime Minister Modi is so popular?
Sir, India is a democracy. So if he do any violation to he
See, if he does something wrong, people will punish him. Okay.
that remaining African countries like
No. Oh, okay. You are going back to that question, huh? Okay, fine.
so Indian monarch like dictatorship, if he do anything wrong also
He will be in the power. So there is a fear in democracy that if I don't perform, I will be removed. Okay. Okay. So if somebody points out the fear, they want to throw him in the jail so that nobody will raise the voice. Okay, fine. That is a good argument. Anyone else? So as you can see on the board, what are some of the features of democracy? Right? Which one do you think is the cornerstone? People,
democracy people should be made. They will only that so they will form the government and government will will perform democracy. Government will perform democracy.
After people? Representatives. Then?
Government. Formation of government.
So representatives will form.
Government.
That government should be
Performing democracy.
performing democracy, na? For the welfare. Okay. So okay, I will entertain that idea first. First of all, okay, people are very important in a democracy. People are the bedrock. They are the foundation. From people we will elect representatives. From representatives we will form the government. Government has to do welfare. So the visible part of government is welfare. The visible part of the government is welfare. Okay. What is the problem in this scenario, or what is this is how it is supposed to work? Okay. Now tell me reality. Right? So there is a small word here. That word is elections. Elections are supposed to be what? Elections are supposed to be free and fair. Do they charge money for your vote? Are you paying money? Then what is the free here?
Everyone has right to.
Everybody is free to vote. Did somebody stop you from voting? Did you vote? Candidates.
People as is gone.
వాళ్ళకి నచ్చిన వాళ్ళు. So people should be free to choose their own candidate. Okay. Then see, this one line is enough to discuss 3 or 4 hours, whatever you are seeing on the board, but you get the point, right? I already focused on this part. The ruler should be free, the ruler should be sensitive, he should be corrupt free, okay, he should be depending on the different genders, it should be inclusive, right? So ruler,
Election of representatives using election.
proper election, okay, so the rulers is clear, right? Here when you vote, you should be free in your mind from bias. Or what is bias?
Having opinions with
Having prejudgments is bias. Okay, women are weak rulers, don't vote for women, don't vote for that particular caste, that caste people are weak, or that caste people are corrupt. This religion people are bad, that religion people are good. In India there is a joke, we don't cast our vote, we vote our caste. Yes or no? What does that mean? My caste person, my religion person. Okay, we only think, array, did he? He's a PhD fellow. Is he working for the people? Did he come back from different job? Nobody cares. He have raped 3 women and he murdered 6 people. Still, he's my caste fellow. I will vote. And the problem is elections should be free and fair, not only in the procedural things. It should also be free in your own mind. Yes, rigging should not happen, and all these things more or less came down thanks to EVMs, biometric authentication and all these things. Slowly, for example, Telangana recently did this Aadhaar facial recognition. That means if you go to this voting booth, it will scan your face and say, yes, you are the same person, you can go and vote. So technology will reduce all these biases from outside, but internal biases, how will you solve? There is a Vikram movie, right? Sarkar, I guess. Fake voting issue, right? Fake voting and all these things. So all those things will sooner than later go away. But what I'm trying to tell you is, in democracy, rulers should work for people. At the same time, election should be free and fair. For whose sake? For the people's sake. Now the biggest problem is this fellow. This can be solved with the technology. This can be solved with better media. Okay, but how will we change this group? If this group changes, everything will change. Okay, I will tell you why. Before COVID, not a single middle class family, probably, I'm not generalizing, but most middle class family are rich fellows, never bother to go and visit a government hospital. They don't even know where their government hospital is. Yes or no? Why? Everywhere you go, there is a super specialty, multi specialty. There are 10 hospitals on the road. We assumed that there are too many hospitals, too many doctors. But when COVID came, literally the same middle class and rich people were begging for one ICU ward or one ventilator. Yes or no? So a pandemic had shown Indians that government facilities, including private facilities, is not adequate. Yes or no? If you have money, you go to private hospital. If you cannot afford money, or if the private sector is full, then you have to depend on the state. But the state is not having any capacity. Not a single Indian, as far as I know, would have filed an RTI or complained to their MLA that we don't have oxygen plants in the government hospitals. Yes or no? But after COVID, everybody started demanding oxygen plants, not even cylinders. Why? We have to have a problem. We are a reactive nation. We are not a proactive nation. The problem is with people. We don't file RTIs. Yes or no? Like, I don't know how many of you have filed an RTI. You get my point? We are educated, but we don't file RTI. Even if you file, it is for our own welfare. It's not about some corruption. Very few people do that. 1.4 billion population, but very few people are awake. Yes or no? Chalta hai attitude is very common to us. And before questioning the MLAs and MPs, first we have to stop jumping the red signals. Yes or no? We have to pay taxes. We have to be honest first, so that we can expect our leaders to be honest. But if we are not honest, how can we expect leaders to be honest? Yes or no? See, the point I am trying to make here is, we cannot blame any one person, one institute or one thing. We are all product of the same society. There is a concept called as Ramarajya. What is Ramarajya? The kingdom of Lord Rama. Okay, it is supposed to be an ideal kingdom where there is nobody stealing, everybody is eating 3 times a day, everybody is peacefully sleeping, no emotional baggage, nothing, no stress, everybody is super duper happy. That kind of ideal state is Ramarajya. Okay, we cannot say in India we have Ramarajya. Why? First of all, we have a huge problem called as apathy. APATHY. What is apathy? Again, this is not NCERT stuff, but I am giving you the insight. Why people are like this? You have to think. What is apathy? Apathy is not feeling anything. You open newspaper. A boy fell in a drainage and died. Okay. Next, 3 women were raped in a moving car. Okay, somebody killed somebody in Manipur. Okay, Rahul Gandhi was arrested. You are not even responding as a human being. You stopped feeling anything. Hey, every day I see this. Yes or no? Corruption is happening. I went to municipal office. Like how much did he ask? It's like a casual question, as if chai, what is the price of tea? Yes or no? We go to some office and say, you have to pay me 5,000 rupees, and we don't even feel like, it's something wrong. Yes or no? Have you seen that movie called as Aparchitudu by Vikram? Yes or no? There, Rama, the hero character, complains that food is not good in the train. Yes or no? We find it, you silently eat, no? Compromise. Why should I compromise? I paid good amount of money for that food. Why are you giving me food which is substandard when I paid full money? Right? Even if you are giving me free food, that is subsidized food, should it be substandard? No? You are a BPL family, white card ration holder. You are going to PDS and you are given broken rice, substandard rice, and we will accept, anyhow they are giving freely. Is it a charity? It's the responsibility of the state. So the problem is Indian society is literate, okay, but not educated. Indian society is literate. We are all educated. We all have degrees. 70% of India more or less have degrees, okay, but we don't have education. That is the major problem. As long as this Janata is sleeping, the elections will be free and fair, but we will vote on the basis of whims and fancies, okay, and the rurals will always be corrupt criminals and other things, okay. So who has to change? People has to change. Who has to change the people? The leaders have to change. Leaders have to inspire people to change. People will select the right leaders. If more and more corrupt leaders are coming, what will happen to the society? Society will become even more corrupt. So we are creating a negative cycle rather than a positive cycle. So behavior of an individual is affecting the welfare of others. Again, where are you coming from? You are coming from the society. If the society is already corrupt, individuals, there is a very good chance that they will become corrupt. I am not generalizing. I am just saying chances are very high. If your father takes corruption, okay, there is a good chance that you may or may not take corruption, but there is a chance that you can take. But if your family upbringing is so good that you are very honest, there is a slim chance that you will become corrupt. All the rules, ethics, nothing will stop corruption. The only thing that will stop corruption is values. You get my point? Yes. Then అంటే ఇప్పుడు అందరూ ఎమ్మెల్యేస్ అండ్ ఎంపీస్ అన్ని స్కీమ్స్ తీసుకొస్తున్నారు. సో వీటి మీద ఎక్కువ కాన్సంట్రేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎక్కువ మనీ స్పెండ్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో వై షుడ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లో లైక్ వాల్యూస్ పెంచడానికి ఎందుకు ట్రై చేయాలి? Why is nobody focusing on value creation? But if example, just not to drag that topic, but example sake, it is also responsibility of your parents. It is also responsibility of you as an educated student. For example, you came to UPSC. Did you read Gandhi's autobiography? See, think about it. There is a beautiful quote by Gandhi. I don't remember it entirely, but the thing is this: 50 years from now, okay, people will not believe that there is actually a person called as Gandhi who walked in flesh and bones on the planet with such values. They will think Gandhi is a fictional character. Okay, and if I say Niti, Nijayati, that means truth, fairness and justice, Ahimsa, Dharma, you have to show other cheek, okay, they all are made into fun, comedy bits. Okay, nobody will actually believe that Gandhi existed, a person with such values existed. So we as a society, see, I will tell you the sad state of this country. Abdul Kalam, one of the most prolific geniuses born in the recent times in India, as a president, he has delivered hundreds of speeches which are full of knowledge, full of inspiration. Okay, you go to government website PIB, there are only 2 volumes, volume 1, volume 2. Okay, unfortunately this country of 1.4 billion population, not enough people are buying the volumes of Abdul Kalam. They stopped publishing it. Think of the sadness of this country, right? Abdul Kalam, in all his greatness, is a true patriot. He gave so much wisdom to the next generation, but the next generation is so busy in watching Jabardast and Instagram reels rather than reading the works of. I am not asking not to watch them. You watch them and read this. But if you watch only that, your knowledge will come from WhatsApp forwards rather than from actual readings of Dr. Abdul Kalam. Yes or no? Everybody knows Abdul Kalam. In essays also they will dump Dr. Abdul Kalam did this great. Arey, where is that book? Why are you reading him? For example, Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh is a prolific reader. He died at the age of 23, but he read more than 500 books, and he even wrote a diary, Bhagat Singh's jail diary. How many Indians do you think have read the Bhagat Singh's diary? No, not many people. The problem is Bhagat Singh for us is a guy with a nice mustache and a hat and a photo, and whenever there is a youth assembly, we will put Bhagat Singh's poster or on a t-shirt. But Bhagat Singh is not the face, Bhagat Singh is the idea. That is a change that people has to brought into this country. Then automatically the form of government will be changed. Luckily in India we still have pretty decent good people. Okay, I am not saying India is lost cause. India is a beautiful country, wonderful country. I totally believe and love my country. But there is problem at every level, but we can improve. In comparison to other countries, we are good. Clear? Yes? Okay. Now, why is it such a burden? Okay. NCERT level, they will only tell free and fair election is like, not having any bias. The ruling party should not dominate the election and all these things. But again, as I told you, this is a social media generation. Yes or no? Algorithm dominated generation. Every day you will get a WhatsApp forward criticizing the other side of the government. For example, if you go to Andhra Pradesh right now, there is a huge amount of election preparation. Yes or no? This party people will start blaming that party people will blame this party, and updating for 2023, this is a huge problem. Yes or no? Say, I am updating the NCERT to your contemporary understanding. This is a huge problem. You go to Instagram, somebody will blame, let's say, the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy. And then somebody will criticize the opposition leader, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. If you love Chandrababu Naidu, you will call the whatever criticisms of Jagan as, Mr. Jagan as fake news. If I love Jagan, I will criticize whatever Mr. Naidu said as fake news. What is fake news? What is real news? What is news? Long ago gone. Yes or no? Nobody will start believing in news. Everybody have a TV channel, everybody have a newspaper, everybody will start promoting. Are we actually having a free and fair election? No. Okay. In America, Facebook will dictate who will win. Yes or no? This actually happened. Cambridge Analytica scam and all these things. You are not supposed to know any of these things. If I am going high, tell me. But you understand common sense, right? Free and fair does not only mean about the process. It is much deeper, and slowly we are giving water to everything. Okay. And on the other side, there is one more value of democracy. Each adult citizen have one vote. Each vote must have one value. In preamble also we have guaranteed this, more or less. Okay. Political equality. We have a concept called as political equality. Yesterday, do you remember ABCD example? ABCD. Okay. But in the eyes of Election Commission of India, A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to D. That means nobody's vote is more valuable than anybody's vote. Everybody have equal vote. Okay. You can be an SC, you can be an ST, you can be a general candidate, you can be a transgender. Okay. But one person, one vote. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Good thing only. Sure. Yes. Now think about this. You are a woman. You are a woman. Okay. You are a wife to somebody, or you are a mother to somebody, you are a daughter of somebody. You have zero political knowledge. Okay. Your husband will say, go and vote to Mr. Naidu or Mr. Reddy. Is it actually the choice or imposed on you?
There is no choice. There is no choice. That is only situation you have to take. Only one more option. Women who don't have any knowledge about it.
Women who don't have any knowledge about it. Then that is a problem, right? Okay, and I'm getting to the point. Okay, or say for example, you are a man only. Now, why women? You have taken 5,000 rupees, or you are given a liquor bottle. Yes or no? Just before election, you will drink, you take 5,000 rupees and you vote. Okay, or on the basis of caste, religion. Yes or no? I hope you understand. So, one person, one vote is definitely a good thing. India is probably that one country, rare country, which have given right to vote both for men and women on day one. This was not the case in America. America had to struggle a lot to get the voting rights. Okay, India, poor, illiterate, newly democratically freed country, gave one person one vote to everybody. Okay, that's a good thing only, no? Yes, but there are problems in that. How to solve, we will see some other time. Yes. Am I going too fast, or are you able to follow and understand? It's okay? Yes. Right. Next. This part we have covered yesterday, the blue color diagram, if you remember. X is having rights, National Food Security Act. Who is having power? State has power. Who have rights? Citizens have right. This is exactly what they are saying. A democratically elected government rules within the limits set by constitution, law and citizens' right. Okay, I hope you understand. See, there is one mantra for government. What is that mantra? Welfare maximization. You sleep, you eat, you drink, whatever government is doing, it has one mantra. What is that mantra? Welfare maximization. What is maximization? There is no upper limit. For example, if you go back to Indira Gandhi days, there was a very popular slogan that is called as Roti, Kapda or Makan. Roti, Kapda or Makan. That means roti is food, Kapda is like basic dignity, and Makan is house, shelter. Okay, today if you see the various government schemes, nobody is bothered about Roti, Kapda or Makan. There are free Indiramma Illu, that like government is providing houses, National Food Security Act, recently Right to Education Act, right? So these basic needs are fulfilled. Now people are even asking for extra money. Yes or no? Money has to be given to the people. Okay, free health has to be given, free internet. Yes or no? Free electricity. There is no upper limit for maximization. Government is people are asking more and more. Or people are asking or governments are giving is a different discussion. But you understand welfare, no? Let's say you are a poor person. You want to get education. COVID is there. You cannot go to school. Then what should you have? Online access. You have a mobile but you don't have internet. So then government should provide. Then the next question is, how much internet should I give you? I mean, in the long run, I'm just giving 3 GB, 1 GB, 5 GB, what GB? Okay, then what is the speed? 4G, 5G. Yes, you get my point now? The welfare will always only get more and more. It will never come down. But while we are providing welfare, we also should empower the people. See, by God's grace, I am not dependent on government. I don't ask government for internet. I have skills. I am able to educate. So I am lucky in a way. But there is some person more talented than me, but he doesn't have access to all these things. Then government should provide. Okay. So this is not charity. This is what? Welfare maximization. Okay. Next. And we have already covered this. The summary is government have all these things. Right. Update to 2023. Understand what is happening in your democracy, in your newspapers. Every single day read Hindu or The Indian Express. If you are from Hyderabad, don't read New Indian Express. New Indian Express and Indian Express are not same. Indian Express is an online publication, Delhi and all. Okay, in Hyderabad we have New Indian Express. Please don't read that. The Hindu, read. Okay, at least read the side headings. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, criticized someone or blamed Manipur government. You should know what is happening because all this is part of democracy. Okay, poor people are there. Do they come under democracy? Polity? Yes, you should know. Like this, you have to update your knowledge. Okay. Right. there is one more line. Again, I don't want to burden you with too much details, but there is a wonderful person called as Pratap Bhanu Mehta. People will beat me if I tell you all these names in NCERTs. Okay, but I don't want you to be brainwashed. I want you to think on your own. Pratap Bhanu Mehta. Okay, he is a political scientist and he writes in Indian Express. He is India's foremost intellectual thinker. Okay, he wrote a beautiful book called as Burden of Democracy. Burden of Democracy. What is burden of democracy? I will tell you in a simple example. Okay, whenever I go to, or whenever somebody goes to a different country, we will say, I am from India. Oh, you are from the land of Gandhi. You are from what? Land of Gandhi. I am very proud to be from the land of Gandhi, Nehru, or Prime Minister Modi. Yes or no? I will pride myself that I belong to India, a spiritual capital to the world. We have a great civilization, living civilization, and all these things. From such a country who worships Gandhi, Gandhi is in every note, Gandhi is in every government office, Gandhi is on Swachh Bharat campaigns, Gandhi is everywhere. Yes or no? The same beautiful country also have a temple for Godse. Who is Godse? The person who killed or assassinated Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, there are people who will say he is not Mahatma, he is also human, he has lot of flaws. All accepted. Okay, but the thing is, you killed a human being. That is illegal, that is unlawful. Yes or no? So now 75 years later, when everybody worships Gandhi, worships in the sense everybody praises Gandhi, should we allow the temple of Godse to exist? Same country, we have Godse temple, we have people who admire Gandhi. Do you get my point? Okay, this is burden of democracy. Okay, freedom of speech and expression. I have right to say whatever I want to say. As long as I don't escalate it, cross a particular line, I can say, I like Godse. I like Godse. I can also say, I like, let's say for example, a person who killed somebody. I admire Veerappan. You know, I'm admiring a criminal live on recording camera. Okay, can I say that? Yes, it is my freedom of speech and expression. The problem is not what I say. The problem is for you to tolerate whatever I am saying. Yes or no? I hope you understand. Somebody said, I love God. I cannot slap him and say, you should not say that. That is his choice. It is my restriction to understand because I am educated. Array, I know. See, he might be a hero for you, but he has some problems. I am not saying Gandhi is not flawless, but Gandhi has done a lot of service to the country. Like this, we will argue, debate, I will change your mind, you will change my mind, we will exchange ideas, we will build better consensus. This has to happen. I don't like you, I will call you anti-national, I will throw you in jail. All these things should not happen. I have to change your mind through what? Dialogue, discussion, vad, samvad. We come from a great tradition. You get my point? So the concept here is democracy allows all these mistakes to happen. Once these mistakes happen, say for example, I took a decision, I took away your house and gave it to some forest, some for some development. Then the next government might come and give back your house somewhere else. So democracy allows you to rectify your own mistakes. But the burden of democracy is you have to tolerate all these people. Consensus building. Okay? Simple. I want to construct a dam. Let's imagine this is a dam. This is a dam and there are 40 villages here in the path of the dam. The dam water will come in this way, no? There are 40 villages in this. Okay? I have to vacate all the people of all the 40 villages. I have to rehabilitate them, resettle them, and I have to talk to them, make them agree to this demand. I cannot forcefully overnight go and sweep away all the land. There is a process. There is a limit. There is a tolerance. Okay? This is burden of the democracy. Then next government will come and say, you only gave 10,000 rupees per family. That is very, very small amount. With 10,000 rupees, will you move away from your house and settle somewhere else? No. That is injustice. So next government may come and we have a lot of compassion and give you 10 lakh rupees. So we have a chance to rectify our mistakes. This is one way to look at the particular topic. Or in simple terms, I elected a government. Say for example, ABC government has been elected in Andhra Pradesh. People are suffering, people are not happy. Okay, next election what will they do? They will vote for 1, 2, 3 government. If 1, 2, 3 is again frustrated, again I will vote for ABC. The Karnataka drama, right? No party will come into the power again. Every time rotation will happen. First Karnataka BJP will win, then Congress will win. Then again who will win? BJP. It's like every 5-year cycle, the democracy is rectifying its own mistakes. Tamil Nadu also. Yeah. You get my point, na? That is how democracies rectify the mistakes. I hope you understood so far today. Any confusions in whatever we have discussed till today, till now? No? If you don't understand anything, please let me know. Don't hesitate. You always try to work for the welfare of the people. Yes. Okay. See, I know I am not going in the expected lines, but I am giving you the insights. How democracy is working in 2023. These books are not written in 2023. They are not even updated to the present context. Lot of things have changed. But you are smart people, right? You know what is happening in the society. All I am trying to link is the statements from NCERT should be linked to your current contemporary minds. Instagrams will decide who will win, who will lose. You can understand it better. If I bore you to death, Gramsci, all the political thinkers and all these things, you will not understand UPSC. You will run away from UPSC. You got it? Yes. Any questions? No? Pakka? You understood everything, huh? Yes, please.
So the due process.
Okay. Okay, so if possible for tomorrow's class, do one thing, take this 9th question and 10th question in the NCERT. This is democratic politics version question paper, volume 1. Okay, so try to identify what is the issue with the 9th and 10th one. We will continue the discussion tomorrow. You have access to PDFs, right? Yes, so you can download them and you can try to analyze what is give reasons for 9th question, and in the 10th question we will discuss what are the various reasons. You don't have to write an essay, but just basically understand. Write an essay on democracy and poverty. You just think, we will discuss orally. Yeah. Yes, online people. Do you have any questions? You didn't understand anything? Or you understood any questions? Any questions whatsoever? Please feel free to update your questions in the chat box. Are you people reading newspapers every day? No? Presently, no. Try to start at least reading the headings of the newspaper, if not the articles. Just you should be familiar with what is happening around you. That is a primary dharma of a UPSC aspirant. Okay? Make sure you read the basic newspapers. Yes. Democracy burden. Krupanidhi, so what is democracy burden? Let's say I elected hypothetically Congress government. I'm from Karnataka, then I have elected Congress government. I expected Congress government to bring lot of development, not talk about caste and all these things, and focus more on the welfare of Karnataka people, develop the capital, construct more roads, dams, improve my quality of life and all these things. Okay, roads are not there. Dams are not constructed, highways are not constructed, no new money is coming to the state. That means prices are increasing, right? Flood management is not there, farmers are not getting any remuneration. You are making my life hell, right? Yes or no? As a poor person from Karnataka, if oil prices increase, I will face a burden. If tomato prices increase, I will face a burden. Rice price increase, I will face a burden. So I thought you will help me as a good government, but unfortunately you are focusing more on politics. Who will be CM, who will be deputy CM and all these things. For 5 years you fought like this only. Then out of my anger, I have a choice to go and vote for you, your opposition. Okay, then I expect the new BJP government to make my life better. This is one simple way to understand what is burden of democracy. In democracy, you have the right to make lives of millions of people good or bad. But if you are making them bad, they will overthrow you and replace you with somebody who will deliver. Even the present case of Prime Minister Modi is the same, right? Yes or no? Why was he elected? There was a policy paralysis. The Congress government at center was not doing anything. Then the Chief Minister of Gujarat, who has performed so well in Gujarat, he was expected to. Yes, in simple words, one interpretation is inefficient government. Okay.
Sir, in the West Bengal, sir, every election there will be violence, sir. But since 15 years, same government is coming.
Before the 25 years, there was a different government. You understand, right? See, the frustration of 25 years is now replicated in the form of 15-year new government. Before that, Buddhadev Bhattacharya ruled as a chief minister, one of the longest serving chief ministers of any state. So, for 25 to 40 years, CPI government was there in West Bengal. So, it was even worse. So, if you think the present government is worse, the earlier one had more problems. So, that is it. See, people are never innocent, no. People will know what is good, what is bad. But people are voting for you means people are frustrated more with the other person. Yes, got my point? Yeah. Right. We'll continue the discussion tomorrow then. Yes. Thank you all of you.